What's up, guys? Mark back here with yet another video, and on today's program, we're going to be talking about where to get your damn film developed. Now, you could take it to your local drugstore, but they specialize in candy and then drugs to help you with the diabetes that you get. They're not really all that great at developing film. So what you really want is to send your film away and get it developed by someone who has much more experience than your local drugstore. So I've got a few suggestions here myself, but if you guys happen to have any suggestions of your own, if you have any experiences with certain labs that have done you extremely well, did a really good job, then don't forget to leave those down in the comment section below. Help your fellow photographers out and give us a good tip. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and check these out. Alright, so before we get into where you can get your film developed, I wanted to let everyone know that if you decide maybe you just want to get into it a little bit deeper, you can in fact scan your own film. All you need is a really good flatbed scanner. So I do believe that the most prevalent film type out there that people are going to be wanting to scan is 35mm, and this Epson Perfection V600 color photo image film negative and document scanner will do the job. They will also this particular scanner will also scan 120 film, so if you happen to be going with a slightly larger format, you can do it here with this scanner. Now if you decide to get into larger negatives, say like 4x5s, medium formats type stuff, you will have to maybe scan twice. Do half of the negative on the first pass and then the second half on the second pass, and then stitch those two halves together in post. But if that sounds too complicated or too crazy, then just let the lab do it. But I will leave a link to this guy down in the description box below. So the first lab I have on my list is called Photoworks. They're from San Francisco, out in California, and I've only done about 2 rolls of film with them, but they had a pretty damn good turnaround time, and I gotta be honest, their prices are some of the best. If you happen to be doing color or black and white, the prices are exactly the same. You can get your film processed for $8 per roll, and if you decide that you want to do some push or pulls on your film, $3. Snip tests and contact sheets are both $5 and $7 respectively. And if you happen to be doing 120 or 220 film, the only significant difference that you're going to see is the 220 film processing is going to be about double. But with those larger sizes do in fact come larger price tags, so that's just something to keep in mind. The next one I have on my list is the Indie Film Lab. I have never used these guys before, but they did come highly recommended, so I don't know anything about them personally. I have zero experience. Now their prices are a little bit more expensive from Photoworks, but you know, not horrible. We're talking 35mm here, $11. They will also do scans, and these are the prices that are included for process and scan. So I don't know if they do. Okay, so process only for $8. Okay, so they're exactly the same as the Photoworks. But if you want to get the process and scan, they're not bad. But it also indicates here that you have to supply a hard drive or thumb drive for the completed scans. All you have to do is just fill out an online order form, and then you send in your film and a thumb drive or an SD card, and you should be good to go. So if any of you guys have any experience with this lab, let me know how they do. Let me know what the quality was. I would love to get some extra info on these guys. Here's another lab that I've used before, and I absolutely love this particular lab. This is one of my favorites. It's called Richard's Photo Lab. Again, they're out in California, in Valencia. There seems to be a trend here. Almost all these guys are out in California. But they have relatively good prices as well. They will do a black and white or an E6 process only for $8.78 and $9.78 respectively on your 120 film. Your 35mm is exactly the same, except for color is going to be $12.28. Not horrible, but a little bit more expensive on the E6 side. Black and whites are not bad. This is process and scan, but as you can see, they're charging roughly $11 and some change to scan your film after they process it. It's not the cheapest in the world. They are some of the best. I happen to have enjoyed their service the most. It's not to say that I would never try anyone else, but I'm just kind of throwing that out there. The biggest problem that I have is that if you don't bump up the scan, it's going to be extremely small. Like it says right here, the small scans are 3 to 5 megabytes. Not really all that good. That's the reason why I am heavily leaning more towards grabbing a flatbed scanner. and not doing my scans with the lab. I just gonna have them send me my my negatives back, and I'm gonna do it myself. The next one I have on my list is the North Coast Photographic Services. I have no experience with this company, but it did come highly recommended. If you guys have any experience with this particular company, don't forget to let your fellow photographers know. Their prices are not bad at all. 35mm color develop only is $7.95, so only slightly lower than Photoworks and Indie Film Lab. Now, if you wanted to get some scans, the enhanced scan is $13.75 per roll. So you're looking at just over $21, no, about $22.50 for a quote-unquote enhanced scan. But they will do a budget scan for $10 a roll. The smaller scans are just not good enough for most of our needs now. These budget scans are good enough if you're just wanting to get maybe some of your film photographs up onto the internet. Otherwise, it's not really all that good for digital editing and really presenting your best work. The last one I have on my list is the Darkroom. I have in the past used this company. They're pretty damn good. A lot of people love them. A lot of people recommend them. And as far as their prices are concerned, they're not too bad. You're looking at roughly about $11 for basic processing. And then if you want to add anything else, whether it be an enhanced scan, that'll be an extra $4. A super scan is going to be $9. So the super scan options are upload only, which is included, or they will put it on a USB flash drive for an extra $5. They will also let you add some prints if you want to your total order. 4-inch, and these are all the different prices here. You can choose your paper, choose border options, and then you can also do some custom processing like cross process, proof sheet, do some pushes and pulls. Pretty standard on everything here, but you can see that even with the slight amount of options that I had picked, I mean, it's going to start costing you about $20 per roll. So there you have it. There you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also thumbs up the video. If you'd like to support the channel, please head on over to my Patreon page, throw in a little cash. That's totally awesome of you. I appreciate it. And if you don't want to do that, I also have really decent photography merchandise that you guys can wear. I do think that most of you would probably like it. I even have a couple for you film guys and girls out there. So anyway, guys, thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I will see you guys again on the next one. Peace.